awesome. Was it what you expected doing your first scene? You had me doing moonsaults off the top rope.
Oh my God.
I have implants.
I feel like I know of it somewhere. Why?
Why not?
I mean, I thought about it for a long while before I did it. I mean, I got a lot of uproar from the whole industry, but who are they to judge me?
Yeah, I mean, what are they?
They can all go to hell. They don't pay my bills.
No, you got a point.
And that's that.
Hi guys, welcome to a brand new Monday for Off the Rails. Thank you so much for joining me today. I know it's been a wild week so far, and right now I have my friend on the phone. We're trying to get everything scheduled for WrestleCon, which has been completely crazy because WrestleCon is coming up in oh my God, anyone out there? Anyone, yeah, the 4th through the 7th. So it's going to be a really good weekend, I think. I got to tell you about it. So Veronica Kane's going to be there. I'm going to be there. A lot of XPW stars that you guys might know, such as Lou Nixon. Then we also have a deathmatch diva. That's what I like to call her, Lindsay Snow, and other great talents like Necro Butcher, JJ Allen. Hey guys, hi Paul. Veronica says hi. Hey Dave.
Hi Paul.
Yeah, here. Say hi Paul. So that's Veronica saying hi. I know. Hi Paul. He's like, hey. But yeah, so WrestleCon is a lot more than what you think, especially when you have people trying to put together, tables and shit and gather talent. But anyway, speaking of because Veronica's in medical, obviously, this is the best thing because today we have a very special guest. We have, hey John, someone with a very special situation. So those of you who do not know who John Wayne Bobbitt is, now, most of you do know, I tell people, I hope your dick falls off, but this is seriously something I do not wish on anyone after hearing his story from my my previous interview. And hang on one second. So you good to go, Veronica? You good?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll call you later. Bye.
Okay.
Bye.
Okay.
All right. So yeah, so John Wayne is coming on the show. Hey, Alan. Mwah. Scotland. So the thing is with John Wayne Bobbitt, I know that a lot of people gave me a lot of problems because they think he's a woman beater and everything. But truthfully, had he have hit Lorena Bobbitt, it would have been more like murder possibly because he's a big guy. This is like a proper Marine. And I think a lot of people fail to realize when you get people coming in from other countries, specifically really not so great ones prior, it's a different dynamic. You're dealing with everything being on the line from green cards to citizenships and blah, 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 blah. So it always it's fun telling his story and it's fun showing people that aspect of it because they don't get it. I don't know how many of you are going to WrestleCon this year, to WrestleMania. It's going to be extremely interesting, I think. It'll be a lot of fun, to say the least. A lot of new guests and things like that. But it's really our first year having our own table and just doing this and booking talent. Now, I know what drama people go through when they book talent sometimes. So I'm going to wait for a few more people to get in here and obviously bring the guest in. He's very excited about this. I'm going to text him while I'm at it. I'm not sure how everyone's week is so far, but it's been an insane week so far. Let's see, still good. The last time we did this interview with John, we had a few issues with technology because it's it's a whole other world now with technology, what we're doing. And you guys should know that we went through this together with the whole yellow duck, the yellow duck dilemma I had with StreamYard when I first started doing this, which is crazy. But here I am subscribing to StreamYard. Yeah, okay, I'm glad. Where are you from, Mr. Nut, Dave Nut? I know where Paul's from. I know where John Jay's from. I know where Alan's from. But I don't know where everyone else is from. And I think John Wayne Bobbitt is currently from Florida. I'm hoping everyone enjoyed last week's guest because it's a lot of fun. Hey, Jamal, how are you today? Yeah. And, you guys could ask John questions. Oh, it's you. Okay, Dave. Why do you have a different name, dude? Okay. Yeah, how's Ubering back where you are, Paul? Because I can imagine there's like snowstorms and everything. We've had like rain up the wazoo here. It's not been fun. I could tell you that right now. It has not been good. Um, it's been a very wet time. Chicago, living in Kenosha, Wisconsin. Wisconsin, Chicago, Wisconsin, Wisconsin, Wisconsin. Is that how they say it? Wisconsin? I watched Fargo so many times. I don't know if anyone remembers that, but I think I checked out after the last season. Was that Chris Rock that was in it? I just didn't get the whole thing that they were doing. I loved it when Kirsten Dunst was in it. Was it Kirsten Dunst that was in it? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Jamal, you're watching Raw on USA. Jamal, the Vince McMahon sex scandal. You know, I could never get enough of the Vince McMahon sex scandal. I mean, just for the sake of it, we got to show the photos. Remember that? I mean, look at this. So on the far left, you got the Andre the Giant dildo. The one next to him, someone said was not Bret Hart. I forgot. Okay. Then you got next to that the Hulk Hogan, Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels. I'm assuming that's the Ultimate Warrior, and I have no idea what that one on the end is. So I'm still obsessed by the whole Vince McMahon sex scandal. I'm so sorry. I know it's gross. Unless anyone else know what dildos those are. Snow, yeah, okay. That's not fun with snow. You know, I don't know, because criminal charges were never filed against Vince McMahon. A lot of people think it's a very controversial take I have on this because the girl was 20 something with zero skills, right? And she got $200,000 a year. And my God, those gifts though, the car, the hat, the throw blanket, the $15,000 in gift cards, like, and just stay there, like kept going back more and more. So why would you keep going back to someone if they are abusing you? You know what I mean? It just makes no sense whatsoever. I don't understand, why people do that. She never said no. Exactly. And maybe she didn't want to be shit on, but I don't think Vince McMahon shit on her on purpose. Okay. All right, here we go. Hold on. Hold on. Well, this is gay. All right. So I just got a text message from John Wayne Bobbitt. I got to postpone until next week. He can't do that because I already have someone booked. My front tooth broke and I'm getting it fixed tomorrow. I don't want to do interviews with a broken tooth. Okay, well, they're not going to be looking at you. So unfortunately, this whole John Wayne thing might be postponed till next week, which is fine. I wish you told me sooner, but what do you expect? So in the meantime, we'll just make it a fun time between us. Maybe I'll get Veronica Kane back on the phone and harass her. I don't know if that's like employee or like that's like coworker harassment or something like that. Yeah, it's a witch hunt. So I guess we'll just like rant to each other tonight and just chit chat and talk shit because now John Wayne Bobbitt has a broken tooth, which is fucked in a way. And he doesn't want to do any interviews. Okay, yeah, I just wish he told me earlier. Please confirm by Sunday. Thanks. Yeah, this type of stuff happens to people like now and again. But you know what? It's okay because I just like, you want me to call Veronica back? All right, hold on. She's going to yell at us. Actually, I'll see if I could send her a link and she can jump in. Hello? What are you wearing? John Wayne Bobbitt has a broken tooth. I'm putting you on speaker. Hold on. Say hi, everyone. Okay, so she's not wearing anything. Okay, that's what she wanted me to tell everyone. But she will be coming on the live stream the week of WrestleCon. But everyone should at least say hi to Veronica. I know you said hi.
Hey, everyone.
Yeah, she said hi, everyone. This is like, I think, a better surprise than Hillbilly because Hillbilly has called into the show before. And yeah, I was like, aha.
How did that go for him?
I think he was scared, but I wasn't sure if like guys, if they understood it, like the wrestling fans knew for sure. Jamal Whitaker says hi. He's a huge fan. So guys, I have Veronica on here for now until I get kicked off the live stream. Alan Starr is from Scotland. He's a huge Loch Ness Monster fan, and he says, hello, Veronica.
Okay.
He wants to know if you like Scottish lads.
I especially enjoy aquatic monsters. So, hey.
Okay, so she enjoys aquatic monsters and filthy beasts. I'm just saying, if there are any out there that we know of, right? And I know. And I'm sorry, John Wayne, like he decided to break his tooth. Who knows how this shit happens? Usually post XPW, we have a live stream with someone in XPW the night before. The week after that, I have who do I have coming on? The week after that, we have another girl, Kitty Quinn, and then the week after that, Kiki Dare. So it's not like I'm in a shortage of people that are like fun to talk to, and hopefully Vic Legina. But we had to call and harass you or something like that. Does anyone have any questions for Veronica within the next 5 minutes? Because I'm drinking aloe water and I'm on fire tonight, kind of. Dude,
I feel like I need a cuter name though. What were the girls? Kitty Quinn and Kiki. Who?
No, Kiki. You remember Kiki Dare from like the 90s, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
she's cool.
I need a name that fits in there.
What, Vivi?
I don't know. Ronnie. Oh, right. Veronica's or Ronnie's. I don't like Ronnie.
Yeah, I don't like that name for you.
It doesn't work for me.
Thank you, Alan. Kayla Quinn, no love. It's a girl named Kitty Quinn. She's brand new. If she doesn't send a promo photo to me by tomorrow, then I just I can't, because I can't be chasing after people for shit. I just don't do that. You know, if someone flakes or some shit, or they got shit to do, then guess what? The train still goes on. The ride still goes on. Right?
She should have a lot of cute pictures, actually. I think I've stalked her Instagram a little bit.
Maybe she has pussy pictures.
I mean, her name is Kitty.
Dude, the pussy pictures. Someone saying I have to call my therapist because I have all those pussy pictures going up all the time. And I think those are so cute. If anyone's on my Instagram on here, I got those cat AI photos, and I think I need to call my therapist because I've been posting them like at all crazy hours of the morning, writing really dirty stuff. Instagram asked me to remove one of the comments. It said something pussy.
I mean, it sounds at this point like it's like a fetish or like a compulsion.
Yeah, I know. I'm sick in the head. So Paul has a question for you, Veronica.
Oh,
and you got to be blunt. You have to be like super blunt. Okay. All right.
Okay.
He wants to know, what's your memories of working at the ECW Arena 2002 XPW?
They're fuzzy. I mean, it was a long time ago, and things were like so overwhelming. Oh, that poor dog is whimpering.
Hi, doggy.
You know, like walking into a place like that, and like, you know, just kind of being like, whoa. So, you know, I definitely have a tendency to kind of like live in the moment, and I just remember it being, we did it a few times.
Right.
I want to say maybe 3-4 times that I was there. I mean, the memories are more like of the parties afterwards.
Oh, God.
And then like some of the adventures in hotel hopping because of drama that happened in one hotel. Got us kind of invited to get the fuck out of there. So we all had to like pile in with all of our belongings into a van. And by all of us, I mean like Vic Grimes and Pogo and Supreme, and you can just see like the van getting lower to the ground at this point. It's all of us. It's all of our luggage.
Probably stunk.
I honestly thought we were going to die. It was like a 7-minute trip from one hotel to the other one, but I was like, how are we all in here? How is this? How are the laws of physics allowing this to happen?
Yeah. But it must have smelled, it had to smell really bad.
We made it.
And it stunk really bad, please.
What was weird was coming back, now that I live in Philly, going to the 2300 arena, it's like a nice spot now. It's like, it's completely different. Like I had to like walk around and really like, try to think about what was where before, I'm like, okay, well, I remember upstairs was kind of like that there. And, it was just it was disorienting, basically. I couldn't really make out, where we used to be, where we come out from,
Ooh, the back?
I mean, kind of, but it just, I don't know, just looked different layout. It was MLW that I was.
Oh, that's right. Catch wrestling for fags. How are rhino pile drivers? Yeah, they were brutal, but it's very scary when you do those. I'm glad that they've outlawed it, but he's the only guy with thick thighs that thick that could do that. I would never do anything like that ever again. I sure as fuck wouldn't let a backyard wrestler bump me. That's for sure.
Oh my God.
Dude, though.
Sometimes on my feed, I'm like, oh my God, that personal.
Exactly, and that's the scary part. Like, dude, there are people doing crazy shit just for you guys' entertainment. Like they had JJ watch JJ Allen, and his stunts and his the craziness. So it's like deathmatch wrestlers have a serious issue with like no health care provided for them by these companies. So they're lucky to have someone like Veronica there in the back. She stitches people up who do stupid shit with their lives and make really bad life choices.
For us, for our needs, for our pleasure and our needs, our bloodlust. I mean, I got this Ranger, like Army Ranger, like medic book, and it has great like flow charts, like if you know how to follow protocols, which I just like I opened the book and I was like, holy shit, these are like just medical protocols. Like you do this, then you do this. Yes, then do this. No, then do that. So I'm like, I know how to read these, and therefore, I'm specifically pulling out the ones that are like more likely to happen to like our people. I'm like punctures and burns and lacerations and heads and spines and orthopedics and punctured lungs is a good one to know too. Yeah.
Okay.
So
that's scary.
Yeah.
And guys, when she's,
I think the goal is like, it would be really cool if like more people just knew what to do. Like, oh yeah, you just punctured his lung. Hang on here. Let me grab this thing right here. Somebody got a straw. Like,
wait, if you puncture a lung, what do you do? Do you use a straw and like suck in the air? Like, yeah, that's what.
No, I mean, it's not, I don't know. Well, I got to look at this because I don't know if they break it down by like, if it's like externally punctured, or I mean that would be the more like likely that it would be like, because it could be punctured because they break a rib and it could like go in there, or it's because something sharp and it could be one of each. But
oh my God,
yeah, if it's like a hole to the outside. Yeah, I have these. I think I have one thing of the patch that goes on. It has like a valve, but there's probably some kind of like combat medic trick, in the book, because that's really what it is. It's like a military medic, field like combat medic thing. So
yeah. I don't know. And like, guys, when she's talking about a broken back, she means like a broken back, not like a vertebrae that's fucked up. And then in typical white trash form, going out begging people for money for your family and stuff like that, pretending to have a broken back. She means like a legit broken back. And that's me that said that. There may be a few of you that know exactly what I'm talking about. I know Paul knows, definitely. And yeah, that's like, there's some serious trash though laying around these locker rooms. But anyway,
yeah, like I'm talking like a traumatic brain injuries and like actual like spinal shit. Like, I mean, the faster you respond on some of that stuff, better off you are. So
yeah. Well, thank you for popping in for a few minutes. I'm going to get back. I had to harass you. I just thought it would be funny.
All right. Enjoy. I'm glad I could.
I'll harass Hillbilly next, but I'll check in with you later to see how the application, how everything is going. Okay.
All right. Sounds good.
Okay. Bye.
Have fun, guys.
All right. So I actually worked at the original MLW. The current one's okay. I think it's really different. I think it's a very great, a very good platform for those of you who do not want. Thank you, Barry, for joining. I think that it's very, it's a different platform. It has a lot of great wrestling in it. Some of my favorite wrestlers are on there. I think, like, also underrated ones, like Akira is on there. He's doing good. Remington Roar, I think, works there. Davey Boy Smith, or Harry Smith Jr. Who else is on there? Akira, who I work with in Japan, and a few others. Like, I kind of like it, but I think they got to spruce it up somehow. One thing about Veronica is she's one of the first, or next to me, of course, at XPW, she's, I think, the only other girl that really got it with the wrestling psychology and she wasn't like pushed into the business. She just like went with it, and she did really good for someone who didn't train for a very long time. She did train, but just not at that moment. You get a lot of girls that go into the ring and have no clue what they're doing. And thank you guys for being so amazing and being so understanding about this John Wayne Bobbitt debacle. Let's see what he said. I'll be on the crazy train next Monday. Okay, so he's going to come in on Monday next week, which is fine because then I don't have to deal with getting. Thank you, Alan. I don't have to deal with getting a different guest and hunting one. So John Wayne Bobbitt will be back next week. Unfortunately, he broke his tooth. I do feel like we should just watch this video of him so we could see. I do want to get your guys' opinion on this because I actually agree with him on this. So let's watch this. Cut one.
I think that's why she chose to go to the Marine Corps ball, because that was a great opportunity for a foreign girl from another country to marry, and not only because you got marry a military guy, you get everything's taken care of, your medical, your housing, everything's taken care of, and women need to be taken care of, and find a man to provide protection. Be a protector and provider,
Yeah, I guess he's right, but it makes sense that some women would, like a foreign woman would go to a military ball because you get the benefits and everything like that. But I'll have him tell the rest of the story and have you guys ask, questions about his surgery when he's on next week. And I'm, again, really sorry about this where it's never happened before on the live stream, but at least we're getting guests. And I know that you guys like it when I bring on all the really cute girls and so forth. Not that I don't know any. Yeah, right. But other than that, I had Ruby Lynn on Crazy Train this past week, which is really good. And she teaches people how to sell their underwear on the internet, which is kind of creepy because you don't know who is buying it. Hi, Barry. That's a sweet message. It's scary sometimes because when I hang up on these, it's like, I know that there are people that weren't in the chat that were watching, and it's like, okay, who was that? So yeah, what's everyone binge watching? I'm watching Netflix Bom Dia Veronica, which is Good Day Veronica. And this is the third season that's in right now. I don't know if it's going to affect the New York City truck deliveries, but I know that he too is on our side, John, so I'm pretty sure he would. So I feel as though like a lot of the better things on Netflix aren't coming in from, they're not coming in. They don't have the good programming from the States anymore. Everything I've watched is foreign, with some really great twists and turns to it. Then during the daytime, what I'm watching is, of course, Real America's Voice on Roku. Also this week, I had a meeting with the people from Freedom First TV. So I'll be coming out with an evening show weekly, just the Jasmine St. Clair show. It's going to go off as a live stream, but obviously something else will happen during the week. Like it'll just get replayed. And I'm glad in a way, because I have to get a new light. So I'm sort of happy in a way things did not go as planned, but I'm glad you guys are here. And you know that as long as you guys are here, I'll always keep showing up no matter what. Seriously, it's just the way to go. So with that said, okay, I did have a few giveaways tonight. That will be the Rumble show, yes. And also I spoke back to Freedom First TV on Rumble, and just about, everything in life is sort of like negotiating things around this or that. But eventually where I want to go with it is have like 2 or 3 people who also are on their shows, or another person. Then we get like someone in, like Karen Kingston from Pfizer, or the guy who invented the ivermectin vaccine, along with the girl from Pfizer. So that's the kind of show it will be. Hi, Louis Paul. How are you? I've got to check my messages. I promise I will. So with that said, because you guys are such great sports, I want to go ahead and do some giveaways tonight. I don't really have it prepared as to what I know what I want to give you guys, because you can't see it physically because I don't have them with me. But I think what I want to do tonight is, since I'm in the given mood, I would like to go ahead and do this the Jasmine way, which is where I'll just end up like texting this to myself and getting stuff out. I know a lot of people got their stuff last week and then early this week, and there's still some things going out tomorrow. Yep, I'm glad you got the kiss card. All right, so Paul, is there a way you could drop in the chat a photo of the poster, if you even have it on the wall? Okay, anyway, so what I'm going to do this week today is I'm going to go ahead and give away 4 gift bags, and the gift bags have like stickers in them, sometimes magnets, sometimes a keychain, pins, all with Crazy Train merchandise. So let's go in here into the chat. The very first, I know a lot of you do stay in touch and kind of keep a post on like my Instagram things. Okay, so the first person that gets this correct. Okay, if you can, Paul. Where though? Oh, private chat. Okay. I don't know how to do this still, but I'm figuring out. Okay. First person to get, and if you already got a gift bag, let someone else answer, please. Okay. First person who gets this correct. Hey, Fitness Ninja. So John Wayne has a broken tooth tonight, or today it broke. He's getting it fixed tomorrow. He's going to be on Monday. But I'm here. We were talking to Veronica Kane earlier. I was harassing her. So in the meantime, I'm just doing some giveaways. Actually, I'm going to, and we still need your information to get you Dominique Simone's book. So in the meantime, we'll have John Wayne Bobbitt on next week. Then the week after that, Vic Legina is coming on for the live stream. Then Kitty Quinn, that's her name. She's a little blonde Playboy girl. And then Kiki Dare. So it'll be a lot of fun. It's a very fully packed month. So I'm giving away 5 gift bags on here. I don't care where you live. If it's Scotland, if it's Timbuktu, the West Indies, London, wherever it is. Yeah, it is. It's a play on words. I'll still send them to you. So the first person to answer, I know someone's going to look it up. The very first person to answer, wow. Oh, okay, Ronan. All right. Thank you. The very first person to get this right. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think of questions because I think everyone knows everything. What is the name of that DA that I go after almost every day somehow on social media? And remember, these gift bags have like stickers in them, all that other stuff. So maybe you got one before with same stuff. I don't know. So for the right answer for this one, who knows the answer? Okay, John. All right, John J. I have your address, gift bag. Okay, for the second gift bag, okay? I know. Well, whatever. Some people forget. And by the way, I saw that guy's ex-wife. She's really pretty, by the way. Very exquisite, a very exquisite human being. Okay, what was the name of the National Lampoon movie that I was in? Or the first one, not the second one. Waiting. If anyone asks, can answer that question, you will get the second gift bag. I don't know, Alan. And there are 2 more gift bags after this, I think. Yeah, 2 more gift bags. Nope, not Animal House. That was long before my time. I wish. But it is my favorite movie, though. I love Animal House. What is the first National Lampoon movie that I was in? Thank you, John. Nope. It was later than that. It was not in the 90s. Scott Bacon got it. So Scott Bacon gets another gift bag. Scott, did you get the first gift bag I sent you for doing the subscribe to my podcast thing? And by the way, guys, if you're liking my actual podcast, Crazy Train with Jasmine St. Clair, that drops every Wednesday, though Crazy with a K, please go on Apple or Spotify. Give it ratings and reviews, and I will send you a little gift bag as well, because that's what this is about. Okay. Third question. In ECW wrestling, who was I managing? Who was I a manager to in ECW wrestling? Thank you. Thank you, Louie. And now we're doing XPW days, which is fun. The Blue Boy. And Louis Paul. And what's your name on Instagram, Louis Paul? Louis Paul, Roman, Montana. Louis Paul, are you on Instagram? Because I need to now get your address. So if you could tell me what your handle is on okay, then you're on YouTube. Are you on okay, actually let me see if I know how to do this, guys. How do you put someone in like a private chat? Hold on. Doesn't work. Let me see. Nope. Okay, I have no clue. Okay, Louis. Okay, so hold on. Let me just take a photo of this. You guys know, like, I'm definitely not the millennial. Okay, there we go. Okay, we got that. Okay. Okay, got that. All right. Okay, guys. And for so for the fourth gift bag, okay. Thank you. Got it. Okay, that's fine. Okay. For the fourth gift bag in this chat, if you can remember, haha, this is a great one because it's one of my favorite movies. This is my favorite movie, and it has like totally nothing to do with me. Louis Paul, yeah, Louis, I got your address, and I just deleted it, so I have it. Okay, who can how do we do this? Okay, guys, ready? Here we go. Next question. Okay, thank you. I appreciate you too, and appreciate the love and you guys coming back here, even though John Wayne has not come on tonight because he has a broken tooth, but he'll be back on. He'll come on next week because he really wants to tell his story, especially to a male audience. I think it's super important. Okay. Who, no, what, where, when? Okay. All right. Can anyone name seeing someone else got it before you? Fuck. Yeah, Scott, you know, this is like ridiculous. You should be worried about the post office because at my post office, this woman was like taking packages and just throwing them like a beast. But I will just send out another one, like a third one, just to make sure because I want to make sure. And I have your address. I got it right the second time. All right. So, all right, here we go. For the fourth and final gift bag, if we can answer this, okay, properly. Wow. Okay. Who is the name of Vince McMahon's mistress? The latest one. Not the blue meanie. Who's the name of the mistress of Vince McMahon? Anyone? Okay. You guys don't know the name of the oh, that was so sad with Ashley. I'll tell you a story about that after. We're going to talk about that. We are. Okay, actually, better yet, who is the first female to sue the WWE? You guys got to get this. I know someone on here knows it. Not anyone that already got a gift bag, by the way, guys. But yeah, Ashley Massaro. Okay, yeah, she was a bit of a party girl, but big deal. What happened to her shouldn't have happened. Like they basically, she's overseas working. Yep. John Jay, you already got a gift bag. All right. Okay, Janelle Grant. Alan, finally. So Alan, let me have your address on here. I'll delete it right after. I need your it's actually Janelle Grant, but yeah, okay, that's fine. Let me get your address on here, please, so I can mail this to you. In the meantime, what happened was this with Ashley Massaro. So it's a known fact that she was a previous escort, which is fine. Who cares? And Kevin, the guy that just retired from WWE, was a yeah, I remember the ring boy scandal, the cream team. So no, we already got it. Rita Marie was. What the fuck? Okay, well, Alan Starr's got this, so I want Alan's address. Alan, I got to get your address. So if you want to just type it in here. Okay, so what happened with Ashley was some of you, so Kevin Quinn, I think his name was, he was a also a frequent customer, from what I understand, at a lot of these places that had escorts. So you guys do the math and put that one together. And I know that she went overseas to do shows and was, sexually assaulted by people over there. By the troops, which is really sad. She was sick. She wasn't feeling well. And then they did this to her. And of course she has a hard time living with that, coming back home and dealing with that. I think that's the real victim is Ashley. You tell me about some girl, the Janelle Grant girl. That's not, yeah, it is horrific. Totally. And, she had a daughter and everything. Sable sued for sexual harassment. I don't really know what Brock Lesnar's involvement is in this. And the boys are going to be the boys. I don't know who Rita Marie Chatterton is, if anyone knows. Okay. I'm taking it for Glasgow, Scotland, and I'm hoping you're near the Loch Ness Monster. Okay. There we go. Got it. Okay. Yeah, so who was Rita Chatterton, and what did she sue Vince McMahon for? Does anyone know? Because now I'm curious. I want to know who this person was, because I've never heard anything about this. I always thought it was Sable. Okay, what year was that? I know that there was a scandal with the underage ring boys. They had the cream team, which I think is completely horrendous. And why is it that with these people, the more powerful they are, the more ferocious they are towards people? Is there any famous corn from Scotland? Oh, I don't know. What the fuck? In 1991, she was raped by Vince. What the? 86? Jesus Christ. He's got to get it together. Someone's got to John Wayne Bobbitt this man, because he's going around fucking up these poor girls. And, okay, with all due respect, okay. And the thing with the divas now, they know what he's about. And you're sticking around that long. You want to make that job. You want to keep that job. Okay, great. And this sounds really horrible and just black and white. But I guess if it's just me, I would just walk out. I'd be like, go fuck yourself and go, I'm going to go ahead and sue. And that's it. I get it. In the 80s to the 90s, it's a tough thing to prove back then. And it was so much more different. Tori Storm is one of them. Okay, Toni Storm. Who's Toni Storm? Is she an adult film actress? I have Sarah J coming on the podcast really soon, so I'm super excited. This week's guest on Crazy Train is Shelly Martinez, who a lot of you might know from ECW Wrestling, the new ECW relaunch, WWE. I mean, all these girls I speak to now, tell me things about Vince. This girl wasn't even one of the wrestlers, so at least he dipped his dick into something outside of that. But he should have just gotten prostitutes. I feel as though, I feel as though it would have been cheaper for him in the long run. Just get hookers. Stone Cold. Yeah, it was great entertainment back then in the Attitude Era with Stone Cold and Vince McMahon. And you got to wonder, man, like how many of those jokes were, were humorous. How many of those jokes had like dual entendres? Like you had Shawn Michaels or Bret Hart cutting a promo saying that there wouldn't be any more sunny days for whoever it was, if it was Shawn or Bret, I don't know. But because she was hooking up with one of them. Yeah, he proposed in an incest storyline. I wonder now what that's about, because that's kind of creepy. Even though it is just a storyline, folks, that's just creepy as fuck. That would be like, I don't know, man. That's just, yeah. I'm not judging people now. It's just, this guy is a predator. And I don't know what he did to Toni Storm, but I'm sure it was Shawn. And I worked with Sunny before. She was a very pretty girl and really nice. I did signings with her, and she seemed like she had it together. It's fucked up that now she's murdered someone, the Loch Ness. Yeah, but you know what? I think Scotland has some small places, and I'm glad they don't have nomad visas there. So you don't get these annoying TikTokers going there and fucking up every little town, and that's the thing. I feel as though we're in this generation now. He paid her off. Not everyone's going to come out, because if you have an NDA and you're paid off, you shouldn't be saying anything. I feel as though like we're getting into this whole temperature now of people going online and saying stuff to be relevant, Okay. Angel Amorosa is a friend of mine. And actually, thanks for reminding me. I'm going to actually reach out to her because I want her to live stream. Do I have her phone number with me? Okay, I got to reach out to her. She told me a lot of stories. Now, she was very young in the business and she wanted to wrestle. She's a very stand-up type of girl. So I believe everything that, I believe what she said, and I think when people, Foley, and that's not the first time I heard it. Foley's a really cool guy though. I don't know. It's weird that she said that, but I know other guys did harass her because I've heard stories as well from guys, before I even met her. But I still work with her in 3PW when I had my own company. And she's out and about, but we're talking about wrestling. And also like on the indie circuit, there's some guy named Dilf Boy Dalton or whatever, who's like sexually harassing this girl, Riley Key. I forgot her name, but, she's on my Twitter, Paul. You know who I'm talking about, Riley with the red hair. And, he went off harassing her. He's like threatened people. He's threatened a fan with autism. He threatened someone else on the spectrum that's a wrestler to kill them because he's a psycho. But now it's like, then he was harassing me. Like I even have a police report against him. I hope that there's a way that WrestleCon will not let that man in there. He harasses females. He's basically like shamed this girl, and she's very young from what I understand, to the point when to the point where she doesn't feel good about going on shows and like doing her OnlyFans. I think a lot of us got introduced to wrestling by an older parent or sibling. It was my grandmother that was watching it, and she would start screaming at the TV, why don't you hit her? Go hit him back. Why doesn't she get angry, like into it? So we went to see Jimmy Snuka at the Madison Square Garden. Then my first WrestleMania was Hulk versus Ultimate Warrior in Toronto at the Skydome. Yeah. No one's a fan of the Dilf, Paul. And we just have to work on a way of like getting him like kicked out of these places, because he can't be coming in there harassing people. And if he comes by, the table or something, he just can't. you know, because I'm there with Veronica and, you know, a bunch of the XPW people. So we just don't want these problems. But yeah, no one's a fan of him. What else is there? Yeah, it's a lot of the Me Too movement going on. But I think right now there are also a lot of people saying stuff just to be relevant. Yeah, I'll tell you where he is. He's actually New Jersey. I'll send you his information later. I have his phone number, and he's been harassing me. And he harassed this poor girl online who has an OnlyFans. This kid Dilf and his friend Gypsy. But that's Pablo Escobar Jr. Everyone. That is Jesus's gangster. And he's fighting the good fight for the, you know, he's out there spreading news and spreading the word of, you know, whatever's on his mind usually. The guy who was interviewing him is the rapper guy who lived with Teddy Hart when his show was supposed to come out. Teddy Hart had a podcast. What show are we talking about now? But yeah, no, we're just talking because John Wayne Bobbitt's coming on next Monday instead, Pablo, and he has a broken tooth tonight. And he's getting it fixed tomorrow. So I don't know if he's getting it in Florida or Mexico done. I don't know. I personally prefer to get my surgeries done here or Turkey or anything like that, especially if it's my teeth. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, no, I lightened it and my hair is actually clean. And I had a deep condition treatment. That's weird. What? Oh, you know what? I'm taking pills for it. I'm taking Nutrafol pills, and I've been putting this type of serum like all over my scalp. Even my hairdresser said my hair is growing. So I don't think my hair, I'm gonna get like bald or anything like that anytime soon. Plus, I don't do drugs and rip my hair out of my fucking head either. Speaking of which, there's a severe mental health illness with me with those cat photos. So I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's like sickness to get up in the morning and then you check your messages, like your text. Then I just got to peek to see if there's a really cool photo of a cat working out. And if there's one, that's the very first thing. One person I'm still friends with from ECW is Sign Guy Dudley, Louis. So we've been going back and forth with this whole thing with the cat photos. As soon as he gets that message, wait for it, right? Then it's the cat photo. It's really embarrassing. Get some cedar and boil it and cool. I could probably do that. I don't have any more split ends and everything's fine. Plus, I think working out more, you sweat a lot more. And you get whatever crap's in your particles like out as well. Yeah, I want it to grow in thicker. Plus, I like tease it and curl it and do really bad things to it just for the sake of beauty and glam. I'm excited to go over to Holland in June to wrestle, to work with Pro Wrestling Holland. That's going to be a lot of fun as well. And back to Japan in September. But for the rest of the year, it's just XPW and other bookings around town. And then my show on Rumble, Pablo, which I need to have you on. We're rebranding my other show as just the Jasmine St. Clair show. So I have to bring you on one day to put you on there. John Jay and Pablo Escobar Jr., I think you guys would have a lot of interesting conversations. But yeah, so that will be the next thing. So I'm just lining the people up. But Pablo, you're in here. Let me ask you something. When did you actually become Jesus's gangster? Like, when was that time? And if you're still in here, you can answer it. If not, it's totally fine. Yeah, absolutely. So Weird Kind of Fame was my one woman show and it just stopped slightly because of the pandemic, but then I brought it back. I'm actually rewriting it and I'm getting together with someone that is a very well-known comic to do some things with me. So Pablo Escobar decided to become a gangster for Jesus about 18 years ago. No, I'm not at if I was at a Raw show in 98, I might have been. I don't know. I might have been. Pablo. Okay, there you go. So it was just a born again thing. Okay, I get it. And are you going to get a pair of gold sneakers by any chance, Pablo? I'm thinking of getting those, man. because that's just some mess of stuff going on. But I'm thinking of getting the gold sneakers like everyone else. I'm wondering now, this whole Vince McMahon thing, this Janelle Grant story came out before, okay? A few years ago, right? So is it because it's also an election year? And I'm not trying to be a conspiracy theorist or political guys, but if we see this, could it be that it's also of his ties to Trump that they're going after him? And I think that could also be it as well. And that's just me. That's just, I'm looking again at this list of things this girl got: alternative clinical medical care, medical and cosmetic services and products. What's Clubhouse access to the Belmont Stakes? And does anyone know? A massive box of Godiva. Well, because the shit probably smelled bad. It's just like all this stuff, and then you go out there and you get real victims, and she's not one of them. Because of the sale. Oh, okay, yeah, that's right. WWE just got sold to TKO Holdings, I think. So, all right, it's because of the sale. That makes sense with the MMA, but I still say the 90s was the best era for a lot of things, including women being women, men being men, women going outside. Here's a really, yeah, I agree with the Rock thing. Here's a very interesting concept. Maybe there's a whole new party called the 90s Tarian, okay? Because that's when women looked like women. Women did not go outside in sweats and in fucking slippers and in pajamas. Men didn't do those either. Brad, if you're on my social media, please drop in the handle right here so I can message you on there as well to get it. Yeah, it's fucked. Yeah, well, no, this is what I'm saying, because you have grown women guys on a Friday night or just in the daytime wearing pajamas, slippers. Yeah, and this is not the way adults dress, people. This is not the way, yeah, maybe that's a good idea for a t-shirt if we can design it, Pablo, but this is not the way people dress. This is not the way you raise your kids to go out in public as functioning adults. That shows you're lazy. You want to stay at home and just work. You want to go out and have like everything delivered to you. You don't want to go out and have that human connection. Hey, PWP Nation, we were just talking about Vince McMahon, and we talk about the 90s, right? Exactly. A man was able to body slam a chick and not get heat. So I was in an improv class, right? And I don't know what happened, but then the guy pushed me in the scene. I had no clue, but everyone fucking gasped. I mean, geez, whatever. It's not like he OJ Simpson me or something. But you do not go dress out like that. You clean your fucking hair. You clean the poop off your head if you're Janelle Grant. You do not have your mistress sticking dildos up your ass, so when they pull it out, it poops all over you. Maybe that's how she got the poop on her head. You show some respect. Now in Japan, kids are quiet. They sit there at the table without a phone, and they wear actually clothes. Yeah, I did, Alan. I took a photo of your address. Yep, it's in my Rolodex. I just need Brad T. Could you just tell me if you're on my social media in here, or message me on my YouTube account. Just send me the screenshot and I'll send you the gift bag with your address. So PWP Nation actually broke the story. What was the girl's name, Riley? Because we were talking about DILF, and there's got to be a way, like High Spots or whomever does not allow this fucking beast into a show. So harassing a fan and threatening a fan that's on the spectrum, like a young fan too. And I don't know if he filed a police report or the parents did it. Then you have Christopher Anino, who's a wrestler in the local area, who's friends with a lot of us. And, he death threat that guy, he's sending death threats to him. And like, how is this guy still around? You run an independent wrestling show and you are not paying people. So unless some people that hang out with him and think he's so great have photos of, if he has photos of them banging away farm animals, then, hey, guess what? Then I guess he's got some kind of blackmailing people. PW Pay and other guys just joining in. John Wayne Bobbitt has a broken tooth. He's joining next Monday, and trust me, he will be here because he wants everyone to hear his story. Women were women and men weren't fragile. You walk around today, and there's a really good book by Lex Jurgen, and it's the demasculinization of the American male. It's a great book to read because it goes into how slowly but surely you have these younger girls demasculinizing men or their boyfriends, you know? I get bag holding duty when you give, you know, your boyfriend your bag to hold or your buddy to hold just your bag, your handbag for a second. But dude, come on. Are we going to really wear man bags? Is that what we're doing? And sometimes I cannot tell. How did I get on this rant? Anyway, sometimes I cannot tell the difference between a boy and a girl when they're next to each other because they got the hair just like this, you know, like that, like this, right? And then, anyway, and then, is my hair okay? Yeah. And then the skinny pants, right? Louis, I have your information. And you can't tell who's who from the back, you know? How does this work? And just for the sake of this conversation, guys, you know, one thing that I am about is very much being healthy and everything. So I believe in now and again drinking a very, very clean energy drink. And this is why I drink Tiger Life. If you use the code Jasmine, JASMIN, you get free shipping. It's a very slow buildup. It's clean energy. There's no sodium, no potassium, no artificial anything in it. That's the non-fat, like the zero one, which is really good. It tastes great. It doesn't taste like crap. So go to Tiger Life and put in the code Jasmine and get free shipping. It's totally worth it. I got to get a case this week myself. Yeah. So back to the comments. Well, yeah, you don't wear it in a bun. You got a mullet. There's a lot of androgynous males. Okay. Yeah, well, that's different if you have your hair in a braid. You're Native American, dude, or like even in Europe, those guys are wearing their hair in buns earlier on. But I'm talking guys like just, I don't know if they're androgynous, like what he's saying. Yeah, and then it's like you don't know what it is from the back. I had a guy at the healthy spot. I'm buying pet food, and he had the purple hair going on, which is fine. That's fine. And you know, you have your purple hair. That's cute and all. I called him sir by accident. Oh my God. It was just so bad, you know. But one thing, there's a bit, you know, I do practice a lot of dark psychology on people sometimes. I know it's really mean and I shouldn't do it, but it's just now and again. Yeah, it's a Steven Seagal ponytail, but a lot of them had the little man buns, the man buns, but a lot of those guys were chefs or at like actual real band rehearsal doing that. So they're sweating and shit like that. Native hair is beautiful. It's very, I'm jealous. So very, very jealous, by the way. But I'm going to take your advice on cedar. But getting back to this whole thing, where was I? Yeah. Oh, so yeah, we're just talking about this whole thing where it's the 90s. You know, everything with the 90s is fun. That's why I try to bring as much of it as I can into the podcast episodes I do, along with this, and getting guests on here for you. So I'm so sorry once again about John Wayne, but everyone knows I'm not flaky with guests. That there really is a reason, and with him, I believe it. He drives a truck for a living now. Oh God. Someone cut your hair off and it's down to your waist. I hope it's going to like Locks for Love, because there are a lot of cancer patients out there. Thank you, John. I guess now and again, you'll just get me on here by myself ranting and it's just us and no one else. You know, because it's also about consistency. That's one thing Chrissy Mayer was telling me. You know, when you keep these things up, it's consistency and being there and showing up and actually really liking it. You know, I had a really bad sore throat, but I love doing the promos for XPW Wrestling. And I, you know, I still was shooting promos with a sore throat. So it's stuff like that. I don't think I'll be donating my hair anytime soon because I really want to keep my hair. Yes, I will have my new shirts at the show on the 25th and at WrestleCon. Thank you. So everyone, I have this really cool new shirt that was designed by a very famous artist amongst the deathmatch wrestling world called Sei Ozawa. And I have long sleeve and short sleeve shirts available. Yep. So XPW is still around. I came back for when did I come back, Paul? California, when it first came back 2 years ago, and I'm still there, we have a show on the 25th. Then we have one in April, and then we have other shows after that. I don't anticipate missing any shows. I'm not sure what the September and summer shows are because I have other shows in other countries that I'm doing as well. And let's see. You're recovering from a whiskey and Coke hangover. Yeah. See, this stuff needs to be shipped overseas. You want to be the MAGA native warrior? The Mega MAGA faction is the best thing in pro wrestling. And, no one else is ever going to do it because they're too, people are going to get offended. I think it's fun. It's cute. Coca-Cola. Yeah, I think you're on cocaine. I wonder, like, one thing I've noticed is I've lost like half my friends because of the Mega MAGA faction and because of my promos. Actually, I'm in a good mood tonight. Let me see if I could do this. I'm going to pre-play a promo that no one knows is out there, and you'll get a free preview of the new XPW promo. Let's see if I actually know how to do this from my phone and enter it onto here. This is me trying to be tech savvy, and everyone that knows me on here knows that I'm not super savvy. So I am, but I'm not. Like, it took everyone encouraging me to get the there's me. Oh my god, hold on. Let's see. How do we do this? Okay. So I just removed myself out of that, and I'm going to do something special. It's because my phone is there, but I'm doing something very different. Hang on. Okay, let's see if this works or not. Fuck. No, I'm going to end it. Okay. I'm fucked. Okay, so can you guys still hear me fine? Because this has become really pathetic. Okay, I shut my phone off. All right, isn't that great? I was trying to add something on here, but it just didn't work out as well as I planned. Oh, that's so sweet. I love native things. So I've been a big fan of tortoise and all the shells and everything like that since I was a kid. Hi, Tim. I didn't even see Tim till now. So yeah, thank you very much. And yeah, I like native and handmade things. I'm going to go out and get a pair of gold sneakers, I think, this week. I know that sounds really tacky, but I'm, I think at the end of the day, no matter what side of the fence people are on with things, it's just a matter of how you treat people and being informed. We have California elections coming up. They had told me I could come in and work the election polls, even though I was thrown out before. Because someone didn't have ID. Then I asked someone for their ID. Then some guy didn't want to hand back in his mail-in ballot to me. So I made a big scene, but that's the way this shit goes, right? So they asked me to come back and work for the polls this year. So I'm going. I actually have the training video from that. And you'd be surprised at some of the stuff they allow. Like in the state of California, you do not have to have ID and you're not allowed to ask people for ID. But you are supposed to give a provisional ballot to a voter if they do not have ID. The last election, like the locals, they were giving them actual ballots, not provisionals like they were supposed to. And the vote captain did nothing. I couldn't even see her face. That mask was all up on her face. Like, I don't know. Just saying, but that's the temperature we're dealing with. And, this is why I like doing this weekly, I guess, because it's just an escape from everything. It's, thank you. It's just nice meeting people from all over the world and then bringing in friends and everyone talking. I know everyone liked Dominique last week. That was a lot of fun. and so forth. And then getting Veronica planning this whole thing for WrestleCon this year, which is going to be a lot of fun having WrestleCon doing this. So yeah, I'm looking forward to having John Wayne next week, and get the questions ready, because I know there's a lot of questions, but I'm actually on his side with this, and I'm not on the side of people that beat women and all that, but there's always two sides to it. I think that too many people want it to be relevant, so they've made up stuff recently, or they're all jumping on that bandwagon. And when I say Ashley Massara was really a victim, I mean that. When I say these girls, like in the 80s, like the first one you brought up, those are victims. But you get this shit now. Oh my God. Yeah, he asked me to see my Playboy cover. Then he exposed himself to me. Then why did you stay? Why did you stay working there? It's that simple, I see your photo slightly, Louis, but that's I'm sure your hair is as long. It's funny when a guy notices your hair looks like really great. And I think I forgot when I shampooed my hair. But yeah. So I don't know who else is going to WrestleCon, but if you are coming to WrestleCon in Philadelphia this year, it is the same week of WrestleMania. There's a great show Thursday night called Eat the Turnbuckle. It's a metal and deathmatch wrestling show. I'm sorry about if this makes you feel better, Louis, I'm going to show this to you. If this makes you feel a little bit better, it's a John Wayne. Thank you, Alan. I'm going to show you guys this from John Wayne Bobbitt. Hold on. And a lot of men these days have become a victim to this whole Me Too movement. So some people, are real victims out there. But in this case, I feel like your situation is similar to that of Joey Ryan, who's a wrestler, Teddy Hart, who's a wrestler. And I always take the guy's side in these cases because there's another side to this. So I know how unfeminist of me. I feel as though with feminism these days, fourth wave feminism, it's about demasculinizing men, right? And yeah, I'll just let John explain the story. I'm not going to explain his story for him. If you listen to the podcast episodes he was on, he explains it, but I'm sure guys have a lot of questions because I think too many times nowadays, guys are easy to believe girls and they're afraid to speak up that something was done to them, It's very anti-women, this fourth wave feminism. It's making women be men and demasculinizing men and ripping apart the nuclear American family where you don't have, a male in the house anymore. Or, I don't know who Tiffany Faye Edwards is, but I know I have friends that I work with who have a mutual abuser in, feminazis. Yeah, feminazis, that's a word. We had a wrestler named Chelsea Durden that worked with us at XPW, and she was really cool, but I just didn't know how she fit in with our locker room. Then come to find out, she was selling antihistamine pills and trying to pass them off as painkillers to people. And I think that's just like white trashy, and it's a special type of person to pass off an antihistamine as a painkiller to someone, because if that reacts badly to you, you can die or something. This feminism has taken away a lot of jobs from women. Yeah, it has. I have friends that are drag queens that do drag shows, and to each his own. It's great and it's cute, but I don't know, I'm not an anti-trans person. What I am against, though, is people talking to little kids about sex. For example, I had a guy from Gays Against Groomers on my other show on Rumble called Ice Cold Conservative. His name is Mario Presents, and he represents, he's a very well-known member in the LGBT community, but he's the person that said that this is something, nowadays we're not even at the stage where we just ask kids, hey, did you do your homework? It's now, hey, did you actually, what did you talk about in school today? So it's no longer where's your homework or anything like that. It's a very scary time that we're in right now. And I don't know. Yeah, no, Eric, I know you weren't supposed to hear that. And it's not bad talking to anyone, but she made me feel so super uncomfortable in the dressing room. And out of respect to one of the wrestlers she was dating, I didn't say anything to her. But to go to guys and like try to sell in the locker room, and her boyfriend didn't know in his defense, it's just trashy, and that's someone who I thought lacked a lot of talent. She wasn't Lindsay Snow. She sure as fuck wasn't Tessa Blanchard or anyone like that. And Tessa is an asset everywhere she goes to work, by the way. Like, I'm going to miss her this show at XPW. And Eric, I don't know if you're just getting here now, but John Wayne has a broken tooth. So he's coming on Monday. And trust me, he will be here. I'm just trying to bring up this thing from Gays Against Groomers that I have. Yeah, you got to ask what teachers are doing. All right, because pedophiles aren't interested in children. Drag queens are. I don't know who has kids on here. Tessa Blanchard, everyone has to like Tessa. There's nothing to not like about her. I know that she was canceled briefly because of some, usually people are so quick to whip out their fucking cell phones these days and like show something. Does anyone have a video of like what happened with Tessa Blanchard? Because I've never seen it to this day. So it's a very different time that we're in right now. And I was talking to Val Venus about that. He's another one. When he goes off on his Twitter, he goes off on Twitter. It's just it's incredible. He's I think he's gonna probably eventually just go in the middle of the mountains and just broadcast shit from there. Remember Art Bell from the deep desert or the high desert? I heard he was doing some conspiracy stuff with UFOs, and eventually something or another happened to him. Yeah, well, Louis, you just make sure, wherever they don't do this shit in schools, because I have videos of stuff. I mean, I'm obsessed by one specific video. I know I shouldn't be. It's really scary. But here, let me go ahead and find this. But I have to do this because I posted it on Instagram. And I know some of my friends get grossed out when I do this. And I'm not making fun of anyone, but it just, to me, it's funny because the guy's giving the girl a lap dance, right? I'm saying to myself, why didn't his balls like pop out at any point? Because I really, I just have to see this. But if I could find that video, I will show to you at some point. I don't even know if I have it anymore. I might have just deleted it because it's really scary. You know what? I'll load it up for next week. But here we go. Here is my friend Mario Presents from Gays Against Groomers, California.
Love it. I love crossing them. I just love pissing them off and triggering them because I'm the last person in this area or anywhere you want to cross or get into it with me in the street, especially when it comes to the safety of kids and to the safety of every other human being out there in this world.
Yeah, and people ask me, like, why are you so interested in kids? Why are you going to school board to speaking? Because ultimately, I have to deal with them. You only have to deal with them when they're little. When they leave your school, I have to live with them for the rest of my life and for the rest of their lives. So if you're breaking them, I better have a voice.
Well, also because you are a part of the LGBT community. And these sickos are using you guys as a way to hide under that and make it okay. So yeah, actually, you have every right to be mad. You have every right to be passionate. You have every single right to be there. And anyone who believes it, I urge you to start stepping up. Go to these rallies. Go to the school board.
Go to these rallies. Speak.
Speak your truth, because they're loud, but we can be way louder. And we just have to do this in numbers, and it starts now. Midterm.
Okay, I know. I get crazy sometimes when it's when it's that type of stuff. Okay. So yeah, that's my other channel on Rumble, Ice Cold Conservative. And that's been up for a while. Andy NOG showed me a drag Portland, Montana, legalize them. Yes. With TikTok. Yeah. So I have this video. I don't know if someone else could find it. It's this, it's a man with a long rainbow haired wig. And I'm just bringing it up because I know we don't want to be downers here, but at the same time, it's just so funny. He was lap dancing for this young girl. And he put his leg up, and you could tell the kids are so uncomfortable, but you have these sick people in the background, the adults, like just laughing it off and thinking it's really funny, and it's not funny, and I don't think this is anti-trans at this point. I think everyone knows where I stand with this type of stuff. I don't know if this type of stuff goes on in Portland, in Scotland, but I know that this goes on in the USA in certain parts. With that said, I'm excited for the next XPW show. It's going to be an 8-man gauntlet. I don't think we've ever done a show this early before at 4 p.m. So when you do an 8-man deathmatch gauntlet at 4 p.m, I'm assuming you get out by 6, so you could actually go have a decent dinner somewhere. But yeah, that Vince McMahon stuff, man, I don't know. So hopefully, a lot of people start, getting become smartened up about that. And, when this type of stuff happens, wherever you are, whether you're male or female, you have to speak up, right away, and let them know. And I think this whole Me Too thing with no statute of limitations is a problem, because that poor girl Riley, who's an indie wrestler who got harassed by DILF, she spoke up. She'd been getting harassed for a little while, but she spoke up about it, and it didn't come up just out of the blue. She clearly had her threshold of what she'd deal with, and then boom, that happened. And this is real. This goes on. So hopefully this guy does not come back. But I know he does live upstairs from wherever he works, wherever that is, and really needs to just leave people alone. It's a scary thing, because I have no problem with Chad Minez, who is in the local indie wrestling scene back east, but sometimes the people you surround yourself with, man, it's like water finds its level at times. WrestleMania, I'm looking forward to. I don't know. It's going to be great. It's going to be an all around great month. The next few months, rest of the year. Woo! So I'm excited. With that said, I will get the gift bags out to everyone. I know it's been a short session this time because we didn't have the guest, because then usually these go on for an hour and a half. Yeah. They're taking the word Two-Spirit Native, demanding respect and be. Yeah. Well, yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on. It's going to be a very weird year, folks. Just buckle up, brace up, ammo up. Do not take lessons from Ted Nugent how to use a gun, because he does. I think he gets a little bit crazy on his shows. Not as crazy as I do, but a little bit, and has a tendency to start holding guns and show people how to do it. If you ever think it's it's time to use a gun, there's a great website. It is at Chicks with Triggers. If you know a female that needs some kind of support, chickswithtriggers.com. And she teaches girls, especially survivors of some kind of trauma or abuse. She works with them and shows them how to use guns and, get the right gun for them, all that stuff. It's fun. Yeah, let's definitely do that. And guys, thanks for being here tonight. I will get these out this week. Come back next week. We will see John Wayne Bobbitt. Stay tuned, and definitely please make sure you're subscribing to this channel, because when you subscribe to it, you will get reminded of the live stream. But John Wayne Bobbitt is next week's guest, and he'll have better teeth than I do. Maybe better than the rest of us do. Who knows? Stay frosty.